Hi! Welcome to Inference. In this video, I will be talking about caffeine. Welcome to my video on the topic of caffeine. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the wild world of caffeine. The little molecule that keeps us going when we're running on empty, and makes us feel like we can take on the world, or at least the office. Caffeine, found in coffee, tea, energy drinks, and even chocolate, is the most widely consumed psychoactive substance in the world. And let's be real, without it, we'd all be a little less productive and a lot more grumpy. But did you know that caffeine isn't just a pick-me-up? It can also help improve physical performance, boost your mood, and even protect against some diseases. Talk about a multitasking molecule. And let's not forget about the social aspect of caffeine. There's nothing quite like bonding over a steaming cup of coffee or tea with a friend or colleague. It's the liquid equivalent of a high five. So, next time you're feeling tired and grumpy, remember that a little caffeine can go a long way. Just be careful not to overdo it, because too much caffeine can lead to jitters, anxiety, and even trouble sleeping. But hey, a little bit of jittery energy is a small price to pay for the magic of caffeine. So go ahead, brew a cup of coffee, or crack open an energy drink, and let's conquer the day together. Now, let's dive deeper and take a look at the effects of caffeine on the body and brain, and how it can affect different people differently. But before we get into the nitty-gritty details, let's talk about how caffeine works in the body. Caffeine acts as a stimulant by blocking adenosine, a chemical that makes you feel tired. When adenosine is blocked, the levels of other neurotransmitters like dopamine and norepinephrine increase, giving you a boost of energy and alertness. But here's the thing, everyone's body is different, and how you react to caffeine can vary greatly. Some people can down a cup of coffee before bed and still fall asleep like a baby, while others will be up all night. Genetics plays a big role in how your body metabolizes caffeine, so it's important to know your tolerance. And speaking of tolerance, it's important to note that the more caffeine you consume, the less effective it becomes. This is why that first cup of coffee in the morning is the best, and why it's a good idea to switch up your caffeine sources. Now, let's talk about some of the potential risks of caffeine consumption. While moderate caffeine intake is considered safe for most adults, consuming too much can lead to negative side effects like jitters, anxiety, and trouble sleeping. And let's not forget about the dreaded caffeine crash, which can leave you feeling even more tired than before you had that cup of coffee. It's also important to note that caffeine can interact with certain medications, so if you're on any prescription drugs, it's a good idea to check with your doctor before downing that energy drink. But let's not get too bogged down in the negatives, because the benefits of caffeine are hard to ignore. Caffeine can improve physical performance, boost mood, and even protect against some diseases. Studies have shown that moderate caffeine intake can lower the risk of type 2 diabetes, certain types of cancer, and even depression. But before we wrap up, let's talk about some of the different ways to consume caffeine. We all know about the classic cup of coffee, but did you know that tea is also a great source of caffeine? A cup of black tea can have just as much caffeine as a cup of coffee. And if you're looking for something a little sweeter, chai tea is a great option. Energy drinks are another popular caffeine source, but it's important to be aware of the high sugar content in many of them. It's also a good idea to check the label for caffeine content, as some energy drinks can have more than others. And let's not forget about caffeine in supplement form. You can find caffeine pills or powders, which can be a great option for those who don't like the taste of coffee or tea. But be aware that supplement forms of caffeine may have higher dosages than regular cups of coffee or tea. It's important to be aware of the dosage and to consume them responsibly. And of course, there's always the option of decaffeinated coffee and tea. These options have less caffeine than the regular version, but still, have enough to give you a little pick-me-up. So, there you have it, folks. Caffeine is a powerful little molecule that can be consumed in many different forms. Whether you prefer caffeine in a cup of coffee, tea, or energy drink, there's a way for everyone to enjoy the benefits. In conclusion, caffeine is a widely consumed psychoactive substance that can have both positive and negative effects. It's important to know your tolerance and to consume it in moderation. Whether you prefer caffeine in a cup of coffee, tea, or energy drink, there are different options to enjoy the benefits of caffeine. Remember to be aware of the dosage when consuming caffeine in supplement form, and always check with your doctor if you're on any prescription drugs. Caffeine can help improve physical performance, boost mood, and protect against some diseases when consumed responsibly. Thank you for watching, and remember to always consume caffeine moderately and responsibly. Alright, folks, that is it for this video. I hope you enjoyed it and learned something new about caffeine. If you did enjoy it, please do not forget to like, share and subscribe. Thank you for watching. Have a good one. Goodbye.